All right, everybody, I'm making this video because I want to show you something that happens when you're in the gym, when you're sweating a lot with your hair system. I'm going to show you a specific problem that you may have and ways to get around it. This is not a huge issue, but it's something that I know a lot of you really want to look like flawless and like everything is supernatural, and that just you're overconscious, in my opinion, that someone will discover that you have a hair system. So this is a problem that you might want to look out for and ways to get around it and deal with the issue. I'm gonna, in this video, show some working out just to show you that it's possible to do this with a hair system. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Florida, which is super hot. I'm about to do some high intensity interval training in a CrossFit gym. There's no AC or anything like that. There's really no fans. It's really stinking hot. I'm pushing the bond and the hair systems to their absolute limit. I'm using a poly French lace hybrid, which, God, it saves my life. I've used a poly system and it was miserable, in my opinion. I'm using tape, ultra hole tape, for those of you that like to know that information. And let's get it.
Take it to the limit. One step ahead. Take it to the brakes.
All right, everybody, so I just got done working out. So what I wanted to show you is this right here. So if you see, right, you can see that this hair right here is pretty sweat filled. Now I've been out of the gym for about 15 minutes, so my hair is actually drying. So on the sides it's pretty wet, it's obviously sweaty, the hair is sweat drenched, whereas on the top, right, it's much drier. By the way, like, if my hair was done right now, it would look so good, but it's wet right here and is dry here, but just like the top looks fire. So much, it's just like the perfect structure. Anyways, so what I wanted to say, right, is this differentiation between wet and sweaty here and dry hair right here doesn't really make much sense. Now, I'm wearing a French lace poly on the border unit, which means that there's actually sweat coming through my hair right here. So my hair actually does have a little bit of wetness, but that being said, there is an obvious differentiation in between the wetness of the hair while I'm working out and after I'm working out, which creates like a, I don't know. For me, it's not that big of a deal. I don't worry about it that much, and I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna freak out about it. But to those that want that imperceptible hair that like is, you know, no one can tell the difference between the eagle eye, the person who's really the only person that you're going to be concerned with is the other person that's wearing a hair system that might know and might be able to tell that little thing. But what I will say about that is, so here's the things that you can do if you're working out, you're sweating a lot, and, you know, maybe you're going out to the beach and you have sweaty hair, and then on top it's dry. So a couple things you can do. One, either wet this hair, so that way it matches your sweaty hair on the side of your head. So if you're going swimming, you're going to the beach, go out, get it wet, like take a dunk real quick. Yeah, there's people in the comments that are probably going to say, oh, well, salt water and in pools, chlorine. Well, you know, whatever. So the other thing that you could do is you could potentially go to the bathroom and wet your hair and get it kind of a little bit moist, right? That way it'll kind of match the the wetness of the hair, the how it's saturated. The other thing you can do is you can wear a hat. Just wear a backwards hat when you're working out or when you're at the beach. I recommend it, especially if you're at the beach, because the sun UV rays. Now, you should be using a leave-in conditioner that protects you from UV rays, but that does not mean that you should not be exposing, or doesn't mean that you should be exposing your hair system to UV rays all the time. So if I was at the beach, I'd probably be wearing a hat no matter what, if it was a long period of time. Anyways, so those are your main two options. You can either wet the hair artificially to kind of compensate for it, or you can wear a hat to cover it up. But know that if you don't, like, there's going to be a little bit of perceptible, difference in between your hair and the hair system as far as like the wetness of it, which could give it away. Like I said, I don't worry about it, but you might. And I just want you to be aware of all those things, so that way you can plan. If you're one of those people that's worried and really wants to make sure that everything is spot on, this is something that you're gonna have to do. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed seeing also that you can work out like a crazy person with this. I did a 20-minute workout today. It took me 20 minutes of just sweating and moving. Like, I was drenched all the way through. You probably saw I took my shirt off. The bond is still great. Right here, you can see I'm pulling on it. It's not coming up whatsoever. I've had this unit on. This bond has been on here for about 13, 14 days. So it's actually going really, really strong for me personally. Remember, I sweat every single day like a crazy person, and so it's more taxing on the bond. But my unit's actually doing pretty well. I'm probably going to change it in the next couple days, just so that way I can keep up with it. Anyways, guys, hope you're doing well. Please like, comment, subscribe if you find this valuable, and we'll talk soon.